Snowing. It is snowing. See? I told you, snow! And we're going to go for a walk down to Georgetown, I think. Or it should be really pretty. Here at the National Cathedral in Washington, D.C. right now. This is near my house. Just haven't been outside. Oh, it's still coming down. It's still coming down here. It comes down in like light flurries, then heavy flurries, and it goes back and forth. It's not that heavy on the ground yet. I mean, it's covered the grass basically, but sidewalks are a little clearer. Yeah, somewhere like 6 to 12 inches. It's supposed to snow until like Tuesday. So it's just started today. And it's supposed to go on for, well, quite a while, which should be cool. You can hear a snowplow in the background right now, plowing away on the streets. There's some kids sledding over here. I'm going to go sledding this afternoon. Ooh. So the plan today, 18 to 24, that would be awesome. I did get a sled, yeah. I've got 4 sleds actually in the car. One is a giant toboggan, can fit like 3 or 4 people. That's going to be fun. So I think we're going to walk over to the Vice President's house, then we're going to cut over to Georgetown. And not that much, maybe an inch or two. An inch or two has fallen so far. It's still falling though. I mean, it's just snowing. It's relatively rare. We're way below our snow estimates for the year here in DC. I think normally by this time we should have had 8 inches in a normal year, but so far we've had like a quarter of an inch. So this was overdue. We're going to head over to the Vice President's house and then make our way down through Georgetown. I think that's a plan. I might go scope the sledding, some of it. The hill is actually pretty fun, so. Oof. So my kids got their COVID test yesterday. They get a test every couple of weeks, it seems, because they're back in full-time school. I hate slush too. The gray slushy snow. It's like I used to go to Moscow a lot, and when it's actually snowing in Moscow, it's just beautiful. You know, everything's white, everything's pretty and pristine. But then you get like 5 months of slush. It's just like gray, slushy crap, which is of course just ugly. Nobody washes their car. All the cars in Moscow are like black from all the stuff. So occasionally, folks, I'm going to pause because I'm making a second video for my YouTube channel, Penguin6, and occasionally I have to pull out another camera to film something. Because, shoot, I should have filmed it that way. All right, I'm the first person to go down these steps. Nope. One other step. Hey, take care. Have a good day. Oof. People playing with dogs. All right. So we're cutting behind the National Cathedral now, making our way over to the Vice President's house. We're then going to head down in through Georgetown. How much did we get? Right now, not a lot. This is like the first inch of somewhere between 6 and 12 inches that's expected. So at this point, that's my finger, yeah? So say an inch, maybe an inch has fallen, and we've got many more coming. Hey, how's it going, Omar? Oh. Yeah, I'm actually all in black today, except my shoes are brown. I look like the most disjointed homeless guy ever. So I'm wearing I've got like brown hiking boots. I've got a pair of Brooks Brothers khaki pants because they're really warm. Then I've got like a long sleeve t-shirt I got at Walmart. I've got an army surplus jacket. I've got an English soccer scarf around my neck. And a ratty old hat. So I look like a banker who's become homeless. Hey, Chile. It's chilly here. You get snow in Chile, though, I think, don't you, in some of the mountains? Toes got cold there for a second. That's good. Bankers are an evil lot. I'm getting covered with snow. This isn't technically Georgetown. This is 2 neighborhoods up. So there's Georgetown, Glover Park, and then an area known as Cathedral. And we're in Cathedral right now, making our way down to Georgetown. So we're about 20 minutes, 30 minutes from Georgetown. Is there ice melt? There's ice melt on a lot of stuff here. The trucks were out yesterday spraying it. I don't know what's on the lawn, though. But we'll be there. We'll be at the White House in about an hour, I think. Maybe. The issue is how I'm going to get back from the White House. Because by the time I get to the White House, I'm going to be tired. Yes, this is that's the National Cathedral right over there. And then over here is actually a Greek Orthodox cathedral, I believe. But the National Cathedral is right over there. That sucks. Well, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, there's a member of Congress who used to be on welfare and used to struggle on the food banks, but now she's a congresswoman. You know. Kind of chill where you are? It's still coming down. It just started. Oh, it was, God, I can't remember if it was Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee or if it was another congresswoman. I have some sleds. I am going sledding later, yeah. Yeah, I was showing people Ivanka Trump's house the other day, and I casually mentioned that the rent for Ivanka Trump's house is $18,000 US a month. $18,000 US a month. And people were just like, that's my annual income. Like, yeah. The problem with sledding back home is that I'm walking downhill right now. I gotta get out in the street. No, the U.S. government didn't pay for that. That actually was paid for by Ivanka Trump. However, the U.S. government did pay $3,000 a month to rent the neighbor's basement next door to Ivanka's Trump house so that the Secret Service agents could go to the toilet. Yeah, they spent $3,000 a month to rent a one-bedroom basement apartment that had a bathroom so the Secret Service guys could use the toilet. I don't know where she got all that. There's a lot of controversy about the $3,000 toilet. Hello. So that's actually another Orthodox cathedral. There's like 3 cathedrals here. Morning. So we're actually very close to the Vice President's place. That's no good. It isn't that slippery here. There's a lot of ice melt on the ground. There's a lot of salt, or whatever they use nowadays. It does look different. Hey, Milano. Snowplow guys are making money. Any pickup truck that can hold a blade today is out. That's cool. So we are next to the Iraqi ambassador's house right now. Oh, okay. That's a bummer you got locked out. Oh, where's my phone? So this is either the Iraqi ambassador's house or the Iraqi embassy. I never can tell which. I always thought the embassy was downtown. Oh. So just up ahead is the Vice President's house, just those trees up there behind the fence. She's not in there yet, though. She's staying at Blair House because they're renovating this. This house is really old, and it's always had problems. I think Pence said that the roof was leaking. During the bush quail years, the water had lead pipes, was making people sick. It's really an old building. There you can see the new fence they put up. They put up the Vice President house, the White House is about I think it's about 1.5 miles, 2 miles maybe. This is the Norwegian Embassy. Very snow-covered day. Hang on a second. So the Norwegian Embassy is actually under renovation right now, and it's right across from the Vice President's mansion, which is right up there. You can just sort of see it through the trees. Let me zoom in a bit. There. That's the Vice President's residence, one observatory circle at the Naval Observatory here in Washington, D.C. And it's surrounded by 2 fences today. Actually, there's a 3rd fence that separates it from the rest of the observatory compound. See if I can get a better shot. Oop. They don't sleep in embassies per se. They sleep in diplomatic residences, which are different than embassies. Now, who is this? This is Maud. King Harold, the king's mother. So this was the current king of Norway's mother. And she came to America during World War II to rally support for the Norwegian resistance. Now, if memory serves me, this is Queen Maud, though she was never actually queen. So she, but if you watch the movie The King's Choice, you'll see her taking her kids out of Norway as the Germans were advancing. Now, she was the granddaughter of Queen Victoria, and actually she was Swedish. So the Norwegian royal family thought it would be good to marry a Swedish English woman into the royal family of Norway to help them in support for their young noble family, the young royal family in Norway. There's a great movie, guys, The King's Choice. I can't recommend that enough. Please check that out. It's the story of the Germans invading Norway, and the choice the king had to make to acquiesce to the Germans' demands or to flee, and he chose to flee. And it was a great story, great movie, King's Choice. You can find it on YouTube, I think. So we're at the master clock. So there is the Vice President's house in the snow. And what time is it? The frame rate always gets messed up on this. So pretty. Look at all this snow. So over there is the Vatican Embassy. That's the Embassy of the Holy See. Resistance Banker. I might have to check that out. What did I watch? The Black Book. That was a Dutch World War II film I was watching. Hello, Brazil. Yeah, we'll eventually get the cherry blossom season. Last year we couldn't go to the cherry blossoms, though, because of COVID. 10/21, yeah. Oh, they took their library down. I don't know if anyone's blocking here. I don't know if I have that set up. Still have our fences. So over there is the Finnish Embassy, the Embassy of Finland. And they used to have a little library set up where you could go and get like Nordic fiction. They would give away like free books from Nordic writers. I got the Red, White, Black trilogy, which is kind of like a young adult girl with a dragon tattoo. Gave it to my kids, of course. Hey, Singapore, how's it going? I'm missing Asia, to be honest. When I watch Crazy Rich Asians, I get homesick. God, it's beautiful. I was going to cut over... Oh, crap. Now I kind of screwed up my little plans. Because I was going to cut over to Georgetown. Where can we cut over? We can cut over through the woods. So I tell you what, we're gonna cut through the woods rather than go on the road. I was gonna take you by the Russian embassy, but I actually have to like walk like a half mile one way and a half mile another way just to go there, and it's just easier to go through the woods up here. More adventures. It is pretty, isn't it? It's gonna be really pretty back in the woods. Yeah. No snow yet. I think you guys are going to get snow all up and down the East Coast, I think. Nobody shoveled this yet. It's kind of annoying. Well, actually, if you want to get to the Russian embassy, you can take a tunnel. Supposedly, the FBI built a tunnel under the Russian embassy. For what purposes, no one can actually figure out. I think the building was first and then they dug a tunnel under it. That's the rumor. No one will confirm or deny that a tunnel exists under the Russian embassy, but it's kind of like one of those things we all kind of think exists. There's the vice president's area. So pretty, the trees, with all the snow up in them. So we have two fences here. So the rumors are, there's a rumor of a tunnel under the Russian embassy. People ask, what would you do with the tunnel? And the answer is nobody really knows. However, it's also kind of legendary in U.S. spycraft history that when Khrushchev visited the United States to meet with John F. Kennedy, the United States discovered that Khrushchev had cancer. They asked, well, how did they discover that Khrushchev had cancer? The response I heard back was, well, Khrushchev used the toilet in the Russian embassy. And I'm like, you guys went into the sewers and got his poop? So the legend is that they actually got Khrushchev's excrement, did some tests, and determined that Khrushchev actually had cancer. As a result, Kennedy could pull a slightly harder line with Khrushchev, knowing that he was going to be replaced within a year or two. So across from the Russian embassy, there is a FBI safe house, and the rumors are that the tunnel runs from, it's not a safe house, it's sort of like an observation house. And the rumors are the tunnel runs from the observation house under the Russian embassy. God, it's so pretty. Yeah. I think Khrushchev did die a year or two later. British Embassy again. One day, perhaps. I think something like cancer affects 1 in 3 people, like either directly or indirectly, like knowing someone. Like something like 1 out of 3 Americans has had to deal with cancer in their immediate family. Something like that. Yeah, the Americans did know he was ill. They knew he was suffering. Yeah. So we're walking past the British Embassy right now, and then the British Ambassador's residence. The manhole. Do I fear manholes? No, but it's actually interesting you mention it because they actually are kind of slick. Some of the manhole covers are pretty slick, but a lot of them are actually kind of heated. Like you see a couple coming up here, and so these are warm, and the snow's not sticking to these. But it's the other ones that I slipped a little bit. You know, that's what I hate about walking in America compared to when I walked in Hong Kong, was the road noise. It's just so noisy to walk here. The road is 4 lanes. People go like 50 miles an hour. Cars are just not quiet. And in Hong Kong, I mean, of course we had lots of cars in Hong Kong too, but the roads were 2 lanes. The speed limit was like 25, 30 miles an hour, and it was so curvy it didn't go any faster. It was just more peaceful to walk. I wondered if the tires, because when a Tesla goes by, yeah, a Tesla is quieter, but it's not like silent, Yeah. My feet are cold. My toes are cold a little bit. I'm only wearing 1 layer of socks. I'm wearing some new shoes today. There's Churchill. Oops, hang on a second. We gotta get a picture of Churchill. Churchill on ice. That sounds like a drink you'd get in a British pub. South African Embassy. Showed you this the other day, but it's all snow covered. Here's Bolivia. I don't know what she invested in. She must have made a lot of money if she was invested in Tesla. They've been on a run. Hello, how are you? Welcome to Washington, D.C. in a snowstorm. And we are walking down towards Georgetown with the eventual goal of getting to the White House. Which isn't in Georgetown, but we're going to sort of loop-de-loopy around. This is the Brazilian Embassy. Morning. That's the former Iranian Embassy and Iranian ambassador's residence. Those are currently empty. There's like a division of the State Department that sort of maintains them on behalf of Iran. I don't know. But didn't California announce that they were going to go it was GM announced that they were no longer going to produce gas-powered cars in like 2030 or 2034 or something like that. So buying Tesla was probably a good reaction to that news, I would imagine. Yeah, it was earlier in the week. General Motors did that. And then, of course, it got drowned out because everybody wanted to talk about GameStop. Even my kids are going to this stuff. How do I know about this, Chris? I just, I've lived here a long time. Before I lived in Hong Kong, I lived in Washington, and I did sort of just keep track of stuff. I mean, to be honest, I was misidentifying that as the Moroccan embassy for about a year, and then somebody came into the YouTube and said, no, you're wrong. I think we got a plow coming. Nope, that's just a small plow. I haven't seen a big, heavy DC city plow go by yet. Just private contractors. Yeah, they were blocking. They've pretty much cleared up all the snow plows that were blocking intersections. They replaced them with National Guard vehicles. So that's the Italian embassy over there. Let me get my other camera out for a moment. So this is the Italian embassy. It's actually a relatively recently new embassy, 15 years, modern design. It's really big and pretty inside. I'm going to sneak around the back, I think. And we're going to go over to Georgetown through the woods. Columbia. Everybody has his MBA from Columbia. Old roommate. My best man, actually. My wedding. How cold is it? Just cold enough to snow, but not too cold. It's like 30 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like 1 or 2 Celsius. Okay, so we're going to walk. So, let me just say, just so you guys get your bearings and you know where we're at. So down there is the Islamic Center of Washington. That's the mosque. And behind that is Barack Obama's house. And also back over there is the Russian Spy Center and Ivanka Trump's old house. But we're not going to go that way today. We're actually going to cut through this trail that takes us in behind Georgetown. And there's some cool spy stuff back here I want to show you. Historic spy stuff. Yeah, Obama lives back there. He's got like an $8 million mansion. Clinton lives up there. So Hillary lives up behind the Italian embassy. We went there the other day. I should put my scarf on. I've got my Arsenal scarf on today. So, I'm actually wearing my official Arsenal football scarf, which I got for being a season ticket holder. Well, back over here are a couple dead drop areas. God, it's pretty. So just up on my right is the Danish Embassy, Denmark. And then this big piece here, this is the back of the Italian Embassy. It overlooks this park as well. Hillary Clinton lives way up there behind the Danish ambassador. I don't think she's there right now. I think Hillary's in New York. Yeah, so that's the Italian embassy. Yeah, they were here for the inaugural. I saw some Secret Service vehicles at their house. That's about it. So that's Rock Creek Parkway. So this path sort of follows Rock Creek Parkway, which is down there. That's the main northwest route through the city. And this is actually a national park. This whole area is a national park. Hang on, I gotta film something. Should have brought my tripod. Stupid camera. Yeah, it would suck if I fell. Yeah, HAPS has still got some stuff they're going to work on, but I'm going to give it some time. We'll see. But I'll keep doing YouTubes and Twitter and all sorts of other live stream type platforms. You'll find me. Moose are huge. Mooses are just huge. Alright, so I got to make a quick video here. Try to make a video. Hang on a second. I'm doing a video. The problem with Twitter Live, it's not really a problem, but it wasn't easy to build a community on Twitter Live as it was on Periscope. You know, to be honest, they should have integrated the two platforms immediately. There are no moose ears. Yeah, I've done Twitter Live. I mean, it's basically the same as Periscope, but like I don't have the same follower base on Twitter Live, of course. And dealing with Twitter Live headquarters is just obnoxious. I mean, they don't care about the small creators. They care about the NFL. They care about movie stars and celebrities. Whereas at Periscope, it was actually built for the small social media creators. Twitter is also kind of toxic too. I gotta send a message to my kid. Oh, shoot. She was in Annapolis the other day. Cool. I was just in Annapolis the other day getting a roast beef sandwich. Periscope is Twitter is basically Periscope Live. But you don't have the same user base. Yeah, in Richmond we have NASCAR. So Twitter Live is basically uses the Periscope software. So doing a Twitter Live is very similar to doing a Periscope. However, the community that you built, all your followers and subscribers and such, you lose them when you move to Twitter Live. Yeah, they should have just rebranded Periscope as Twitter Live as a thing and then just let it going. Facebook. So this park is called Dumbarton Oaks Park, and the Dumbarton Oaks Mansion is up there. That is where Richard Pollard, a spy for Israel, a U.S. spy working with the Israelis, handed documents to his agents. They used to do the dead drops over here. He's still in prison, I think. He was a U.S. Naval analyst who was handing over secret documents to the Israelis. Hi. Yeah, there's a lot of hidden parts of D.C. The only problem with this path is it's all uphill. I mean, it's all uphill. In fact, I think we're going to get some sleds coming down. We're in the heart of D.C. This is a good hill. Keep going. Almost there. No, but he's actually, I think, in church up here. This dog's got a cowbell. More cowbell. Almost to the top. And we're going to Fort Reno. Actually, that's where we're going this afternoon. Fort Reno. Which is an old Civil War era fort converted into a reservoir, which has a really good hill. The big debate today was whether or not you could sled at the Capitol Hill. The congressmen were calling on Capitol Police to open the gates. But the police are being dorks. So this is Dumbarton Oaks. This was where the Pollard case took place, where he was handing over the documents to his handlers. And down here, there's a few more spy places. Twitter, cool. Thank you for the follow. All right, let's cross over the street here. Let's go down this street. The mask is very warm today. Yeah, but I actually have a scarf. I will say it's not as cold as the other day. Remember the other day when I was just like dying? I mean, it's probably that cold, but there's no wind. The other day was this horrible wind. Yeah, we're going to go down to the White House fence. See what's going on downtown. Still here? Are we still here? We still here? Oh, shit. My kid is really annoying right now. I've been having a little problem with my kid calling me all the time to get on the Xbox, and he has been warned to stop doing that, and he just refuses to pay attention. Problem is it ruins the video. Save. Younger one, yeah. So this is 3208 Dent Street, and this is the former home of Bill Casey, the head of the CIA under Ronald Reagan. Rather small house, to be honest. But this house down at the end of the street also has a famous history. Some people are out walking, but I don't see many dog walkers. Screen frozen, huh? Should be working. So this house is rather famous in Washington, D.C. So this is 2920 Q Street, and it's a rather famous address in Washington, D.C. This was Katherine Graham's house, the publisher of the Washington Post. It was in the movie The Post, but I don't think they actually used this house, but it was implied. But before this house was owned by Katherine Graham and her family, this house was owned by a guy named Wild Bill Donovan. Wild Bill Donovan was the founder of the OSS, ergo the CIA. Those are government cars, if I've ever seen government cars before. Multiple antennas. Yeah, he's even got flashing lights. They're going to hit each other. They're like wreck into each other. Nope, Suburbans. This is a cabinet level motorcade. Police lights on top, bulletproof glass in back. Boy, those guys, well, they got rear-wheel drive. They're not even four-wheel drive. He's like spinning out as he goes down the street. Two-car convoy like that, that's probably a cabinet secretary. I think that, to be honest, I don't think they were checking me out. I think they were lost. I think they were lost. It's 2010, okay. I think the kid was eating snow. As long as it's not yellow snow. So Biden went to church down in Georgetown, which is over there. I've done maybe one or two broadcasts from Arlington, but right now it's kind of closed, so I haven't really been over there. I usually just do the broadcast from when I'm walking, and I don't really walk over there that often because it's on the other side of the river. Dad's buried there. Oh. It might be open if you go there to visit, because I think family members are still allowed. So we're at 29th and Q. We're heading down to 17th Street. So we've got about another 12 blocks to go to the east, and we got about 10 blocks to go to the south before we get to the White House. 7 months. Oh God, they're backed up. Will they hold her remains until they're ready to intern them, or do you have to take care of that on your end? Oh, you're welcome. I don't know if they had a facility to do that. Oh, okay. Ugh. Ugh. It's still snowing pretty hard. We haven't had any real protesters in D.C. since January 6th, to be honest. But we still have all the fences. I haven't had any protests, really. That's pretty. You gotta take a picture of that. Once he's done taking a picture. Everybody wants a picture. This is actually a rather historic street because of the trees. Yeah, we haven't had any significant protests since January 6th. In fact, we didn't even have protesters at the inaugural, which is the first in like 20 or 30 years. Hell, even longer than that. Picture in a picture. That'll go up on my Instagram, Penguin6, later today. It's kind of quiet. You know how when the snow falls, it's like quiet? I mean, there's still the car noise, which is annoying, but generally it's kind of peaceful. So I'm probably going to get to the White House, and then we're going to have to start another Periscope with a different phone, because this battery is going to be dead. The other phone is charged up, but it's gonna, oh shoot, I'm not sure how that's gonna work. I have to put the SIM card in there or something. When I'm doing HAPS, the issue with HAPS right now is image stabilization. Since I'm walking such an uneven walk, I didn't really know if HAPS was gonna be stabilized enough. And also, the image quality on a gray day is a little rough. So we're doing this one here. Hopefully my son's phone call, which really annoyed me, didn't destroy the video save feature, because it does happen quite a bit. On Periscope, the video doesn't save if you get a phone call, which is why I was kind of annoyed when he called. But we'll see what happens. I've been filming with the other camera, so I can make a vlog entry out of this video. Yeah, well, we'll be on Twitter and HAPS and YouTube, a few other places. Gonna join them, that's cool. Okay, 22. So we are at 29th Street and Pennsylvania Avenue, and we've got to go down to 17th and Pennsylvania, which is 12 blocks. So we'll walk down this way. No scooters. There's a bicycle going by, though. There's always some biker. No, sorry.
Have a nice day.
Yep. Oh, it's cold. I'm not sure how I'm going to get back to the house. So I'm either going to walk home or I'm going to take a bus maybe. I don't know. I haven't taken public transit in a year. But today is kind of the day there's nobody on it. I'm a little sus about Uber, so I might take a subway because I can sit like where nobody else is on the subway. The buses are sketchy even in non-COVID times. There's the parkway. Yeah, there's a metro transit system. It's actually a very nice subway system. Was at one time. I haven't actually seen a taxi in a long time. Well, I guess that's one right there. Yeah, they're on like a reduced schedule, and then because of the snow, they're even more reduced. This is why I like the subway. But the subways are like every 15 minutes today, at best. The metro system was a very popular subway system and in the 1990s and 2000, but it just started to fall downhill. They weren't doing maintenance. Trains were cracking up. Passengers started to leave. They lost revenue. The trains got worse. So it's kind of like fallen down lately. My walk home is about 2 or 3 miles from the White House. It's not that cold. I mean, I might be able to do it. Is it expensive? Well, yes and no. You have to understand, I moved here from Hong Kong, all right? My rent in Hong Kong was $9,000 a month. Yeah. My rent here is half that, so that's a nice savings. And food, of course, is a little cheaper here. Restaurant food is more expensive, but grocery food is cheaper, if that makes any sense. Yeah, I like the snow. I know a lot of people like snow broadcasts and stuff like that. The long ones, yeah. This has been a long one. We're at 25th Street. We still got about 8 blocks until we hit the White House. And we'll go around the White House a little bit. My place in Hong Kong was 1,000 square feet. 1,000 square feet was $9,000 a month. And that was considered cheap. Yeah, the average family at my son's international school was spending about $12,000 a month in rent. We were only spending about eight and a half. Yeah, 9,000 US. But like my son's good friends, they were spending 33,000 US a month on rent. 33,000. And we had one of my son's classmates was spending 62,000 a month on rent, 62. So that was a bit crazy. But that was a huge place. It was like 4,000 square feet. In Hong Kong, like anything over 1,000 square feet is considered huge. Milk was like $14 a gallon. And a box of Cheerios would run you like $10. A thing of salad dressing would be like $6, $7. So yeah, it was expensive groceries. We used to buy all our food in America at Costco and then bring it in suitcases back to Hong Kong. But human life was cheap. We had a nanny. We had a full-time live-in nanny. She worked 6 days a week, and we paid her $650 US a month. So a full-time nanny was $650 a month, but a gallon of milk was $14. Diplomat. Yeah, it was a huge thing. They couldn't afford to live out. So this is a statue of George Washington in what's called Washington Circle in the George Washington University neighborhood of Washington, D.C. That's not a coincidence that they're all named that. But that building I'm showing you right there, that used to be George Washington University Hospital. They moved across the street a few years back. But back in the day when that was George Washington Hospital, you saw a very famous scene. Ronald Reagan arriving at GW Hospital after he had been shot. That took place right there at that building, and that entrance was right there. Reagan got out of the limousine, waved to the cameras, walked through the doors, and then immediately collapsed. But the doctors saved him. Alrighty, we're down in the White House. We're in the 2200 block. We're 5 blocks away from the White House now. Yeah, they took care of that in about 4 hours. That was such a cluster. They fixed that right away. So what are we at? 22nd Street, and we need to go to 17th, 5 more blocks. We have to walk past George Washington University and the World Bank and IMF, but we'll get there. Lake County. Is that Lake County, Illinois? I wonder how many lake counties there are in the world. I had a friend who lived in Crystal Lake, which I think is up around that way. DC does not get snow, and this will probably melt in a couple days. So we have to enjoy it while it lasts. Crystal Lake in Michigan? Well, there's a Crystal Lake, Illinois, I thought. It's out to the west of Chicago. I mean, there might actually be a Crystal Lake, but this was like a city. Not sure. I wonder how many, like, similar sounding, how many similar named cities there are. My kids are going sledding this afternoon. After lunch. Portuguese. See the snow falling. It's actually picked up a little bit. The snowfall's picked up a little bit in the last few minutes. Somebody asked me, I always see you walking across the red lights. I'm like, well, there's nobody here. Yeah, this place still has the original storefronts of the townhouses, but then they built like a giant building behind it. They did that over there as well for the Mexican Embassy. I still have yet to see a real snowplow. The president is getting a new fence, and the construction for that has been underway for months, since the summertime. So in several areas, that fence is already up. However, the riot control fences are up now as well, and we don't know when those riot control fences are coming down. The people at the Capitol Police want to put a fence up around the Capitol, but people are complaining. They don't want a fence around the Capitol, though we've got a fence around the Capitol right now. So we're about, where's this, 19th, 20th Street? We're 4 blocks from the White House. Yeah, they went through last night and pre-treated all the streets. So they do have anti-ice stuff. So that's the Mexican Embassy there. It's in these old federal townhouses, but then they needed more room, so they just decided to build on top of the townhouses. The MIA flag. I'm not sure. I haven't seen the MIA flag at the White House in a long time. If they do, it's not on the main flagpole. It's on a secondary flagpole. This is the IMF. The bankers for the governments of the world. There is our first real snowplow. So I've been saying I haven't seen a real snowplow yet, and now we have an official DC snowplow. Of course, he's not plowing, he's just sort of driving around. It's a good thing the protests stopped because the plows were what they were using to block the roads. These private guys, they're working hard. Or actually, he's a city guy. He's like, go plow there. Hey, England. Welcome to Washington, D.C. You're in front of the World Bank right now. This is the World Bank building, headquarters. And we're just about a block or two from the White House. Snowplow. Bird up there, the bill. A pub. You got snow yesterday. I think we're going to get snow for the next day or two. Too cold. Police ram car. One more block. Almost to the White House. Maybe I could take one of those scooters. Maybe I could take one of these bikes to ride home. Almost there, guys. Almost there. So the White House is just up ahead. Blair House is right over here. Can't even go the other side of the street. Ah. So the yellow building that you see with the tent in front of it, that's Blair House, and that's where Kamala Harris is living right now. The tent is probably a security feature to let her get in and out of the car. They do that when they're VIPs visiting. Now the other day I tried to show you guys the White House viewing platform. That was the viewing platform that was set up for the inaugural, and it was right down where you see that truck. But it's gone now. It's just gone. They put it back in the warehouse, I guess. So Blair House is across the street from the White House and the old executive office building, which is actually where most of the White House staff actually works. So the White House is right. So the White House is right back there. Can't really see it right now because of the snow. This is the Renwick Gallery, which is next to Blair House, and that red building up on the top is the the new executive office building. Now, if you guys go on Google Maps and look on top of the new executive office building, you will see an anti-aircraft missile battery. There is an anti-aircraft missile battery stationed on top of that building. There are anti-aircraft missiles all over the DC area. Yeah, that went up after 9/11. There are still missile batteries, like at Navy bases and other facilities around DC. Some sort of coordinated air defense.
You might have heard of them here, movie.
I can't remember. They're not Patriots. They're the follow-on missile to the Patriot. Oh, they have fences everywhere. No, it wasn't there for 9/11. Though, not hard. Though I'm told that there were Stinger missiles at the White House pre-9/11, but I don't know if they went up on the roof or anything. Ram car on the right, stopping traffic. I'm not waiting in the snow. Stinger missiles are man-portable missiles. They're like a range of about 2 miles, rather small warhead. They're used for close-in air defense. We provided Stinger missiles to the Mujahideen in Afghanistan to shoot down Russian helicopters. And they're carried, like I said, they're pretty small. One man can carry it. And it can take out a aircraft, well, a small aircraft within a mile or two. It's got a very small warhead. I don't know if it could bring down a passenger jet. It might be able to and hit in the right place. I think it's like a 2-pound explosive, I think. Gotta stay warm. Can't go that way. So this is Lafayette Park across from the White House. Oh, they do have some of it left. So yesterday I tried to show, let me see if I can get it. So this is what's left of the presidential reviewing platform. This is the press gallery that was across the street where they would have all the TV cameras filming the president. I don't know if you guys can see it there. No, all the signs are still up here. Well, the protesters who were playing the boombox are not here. No, all the signs are still here. No, to be honest, the snow kind of blew a lot of them around, I think. Rainbow Six. Oh, they did. Somebody did remove all the signs. I don't know who. Interesting. Ah, so there it is.
Now that
So you can just see what's left over of the press gallery for the inaugural parade. That's that wooden structure in front. Now there was one on the other side that was the presidential reviewing stand. But this is the press gallery, and it used to be 2 more stories tall. It's already come down from 4 floors to 2 floors. And I would imagine it's going to be gone by the end of the week.
you're good, thank you. Oh, you're welcome. It's the best day. Hard to usually get any pictures
Yeah.
out there.
So they're cleaning up, and you can see there is an American flag, and underneath the American flag you can see a sniper. See the sniper? Walking a patrol on the roof of the White House. That's got to be a cold job. All right, Periscopers, I tell you what, I'm going to end this Periscope because I need to maybe try to restart one in hopes that my signal didn't get ruined. Thanks a lot for watching. I might try another one if I still have battery life, and we'll walk back home. All right, we'll see you guys in just a few minutes. Bye-bye.